Number 10. Nekromantik. The series of events that takes place in this movie are of necrophilia. In the first movie, a sweeper brings home a corpse to sexually arouse his wife, which backfires him because his wife is sexually attracted more with the corpse than him. The deranged sex scenes are still continued in second part, where a female nurse implicitly loves corpse and hides it from her new boyfriend. Her lust does not end. Therefore, she collects pieces of the corpse in her place. Number 9. Eaten Alive. The search for a missing sister collides with cannibals. A young woman tries to find her sister who got lost in a jungle, and the mystery remains unsolved. She goes with a man in a jungle in New Guinea to find her sister, where they meet with this cult-like man who is an insane preacher. Their fate takes them to the home of cannibals by this preacher, who has also taken shelter there. Cannibals are ready to eat them alive, and what brings them further is a vague try to escape the fate. Watch this movie when you are home alone to discover the truth. Number 8. Raw. Do you crave for human flesh? Have you ever seen a vegetarian turning carnivorous? Justine, a first-year college student, who was raised in an atmosphere of vegetarians and adopting a life of a vegetarian, is exposed to flesh eating in her college ritual. Getting out of her familial rituals, she encountered her journey into a new world where she had to go against her herbivorous beliefs. Not only animals, she started craving for human flesh and solved her own mystery: is being hungry worthy? And there was no turning back for her in the movie, which picks up on our nerves. Number 7. A Serbian film. A former porn star faces the financial crisis which leads to difficult circumstances for him and his family. Right when he was losing all his wealth, he has proposed a contract with another shoot for a film, and that sounded to him like a ray of hope popping to his window. Tricked into this, he later finds out about the brutality of this new movie that he signed. He is made to work for pedophilic and necrophilia movie, which destroys his career. Gory and torture in this movie only made it worse for the porn star. Number 6. Antichrist. What happens when sex happens? This couple lost their son while having sex in the bedroom. Could it more terrible? The mother suffers a lot of depression while recovering from this tragedy. Her husband commits himself to her care and tries to take her out of depression. The disturbing elements were not sufficient till now, they unfold the reality of dark nature. In search of peace and to settle their personal lives, they seek a shelter in the Wood of Eden. Eden Garden has been the place of nature where the sin of Tree of Knowledge was committed. This garden was waiting for something more worse because of the untold events happened there the previous year. Number 5. Old Boy. Is being kidnapped justified? In the quest for this mystery, a man who is an advertising executive seeks for the man who trapped him into this fate. Captured in solitary confinement for 20 years for not a suitable reason, he thinks of a vengeance against the system. The thrill in this movie captivates the heart of the individual. After being released without any explained reason, he feels lost because the mystery was in him being released. This movie has disturbing images and sexual graphics that you cannot really miss for the world. Number 4. Irreversible. Released on screen in 2002, Irreversible is the movie that talks about beauty and crime. After being brutally and beautifully raped, Alex is beaten viciously. Her lover and ex-boyfriend seek revenge for her rape. If you love horror, thrill, and drama, this movie is made for you. Irreversible is listed in one of the most disturbing movies of the present time. There's no room for mercy in the reverse chronology of the movie. From molestation to rough sex scenes, this movie stands out more on its brutality than the reverse chronology. Number 3. Hostel. The Horror of America, Hostel, is a journey of two college students who wished to study abroad, a dream that turned horrifying. This series is known for brutal violence, torture, and sexual abuse. The sex scenes in this series are horrifying that you will lose a good night's sleep for ages. The female college students, in quest of peace and seclusion, are convinced by a woman of their safety and romance in the second part, where they are sold off and are victimized and tortured by their masters to death. Number 2. Wrong Turn. The platform for all horror movies stands on the series of The Wrong Turn. A compilation of 6 parts, this series deals with cannibalism, where a group of 6 people is trapped by cannibals. They strive for their lives and run away to save them from cannibals who were ready to butcher them. In Part 4, the horror increases when a group of college students seeks a refuge in the shelter which is a home to those cannibals. Unaware of the threat, they try to save themselves from a big storm. They all took a wrong turn because death was waiting for them. Number 1. I Spit on Your Grave. Movie series, I Spit on Your Grave, is a goriest sequence that will leave its mark on the audience. Jennifer, the writer, is brutally assaulted and gang-raped by these 4 local village men on whom she seeks a revenge. Jennifer's revenge takes her to castration of Matthew. She plays the game of seduction on him and kills him for raping her. Pervert men and an innocent woman come together on screen to present a disturbing rape-murder crime scene which will shoot you in the mind. Her anal rape is something that your parents warned you about.